Welcome from Tacoma, Washington. My name is Mary Anderson. I'm your presenter. We will be talking about Tacoma Records Project. The Tacoma Records Project is co-sponsored by the Tacoma Family History Center and the BYU Record Linking Lab. The BYU Record Linking Lab does the computer part, and the Tacoma Family History Center and all the very many volunteer individuals and groups do the work. And we're hoping others will join us. This project adds Pierce County genealogical records to Family Search. There are records that have been left out or have not been put into family groups in Family Search. And they include census records, older territorial census records, cemetery records, and birth and death records from 1889 to 1907 that were done by the county and were not necessarily sent on to the state. So basically, these are records that are left out. Many of them have persons of color involved in them. So that's very important in our county. We have found that in Family Search, persons of color are about 7% represented. In Family Search, when you look through the records, you can find about 7% of the people who were here during earlier days of Washington. And if you were not a person of color, 70% of the records are available to you and already in families in Family Search. So we're trying to even that out. The apps that we're using, the means for putting the families into Family Search are BYU Record Linking Lab's invention that we call the MAP app that uses Family Search's record linker and matches using the computer. It matches likely family members to families that are already in Family Search using the computer. And then we also have a Google Sheets link sheet that allows people with a little more genealogical experience to find the records that have been gathered by the state of Washington and put in the Washington archives. You click on each individual name and put that name and everything about it into Family Search, and then bring, including sources and residents, and try to attach to the greater tree in Family Search if you can, and then bring the personal identification number back to our Google Sheets sheet and put it there so that we know that that person has already been added. This is organized by census, year, and by other records, including birth and death and cemetery. And so that's a good activity for someone to do that is already a little bit into genealogy or wishes to learn how to do it. In the meantime, let's show you the MAP app. MAP app is for beginners. And the first thing we're going to do is go to BYU Record Linking Lab. Their website is one of the places that our community, family, our community Tacoma Records Project is located. So you go into the Record Linking Lab. So you can Google BYU Record Linking Lab, or you can look at the address up here and put that in your computer. And you go to Community and go to Tacoma. There is the Discover part and the Connect part. Those are lovely. I'll give you a hint there. And there's a hint. Really fun, but we're going to work on the Gather part. This is where the Google Sheets are under record reconstitution. So if you want to explore that, that's where you go. Right now, we're going to go to attach record hints, which is where the map app is. I click there, and you can either click here to learn more, or click on the little link that was back there. Here is the directions for the map app, and you can go all the way through. That will be available on our handout also, and you can click here to go to the website. You can see why we call it the map app, because it has a map. We don't put anything in the top row, but in the second row we put Pierce, comma, Washington, Pierce is the county that Tacoma is in, and we hit search. And woohoo, we go zooming in on the map of Pierce County, and as part of the Washington map. And if you zoom in farther, there are all of these dots, and they're separated out. Each dot is a family, and you can see people have been really working on it and cleared out the middle. We will click on one dot. This dot is a family. It's the Nielsen family or Nelson family, and we'll click on that. It takes us to a place that we can add more information about this family. All the records on the right are already in Family Search. The records on the left come from the 1940 census and can be added if they are a match straight across. So let's look. We have Jens Nelson and Jens Nelson, Anna Nelson and Anna Pauline Brandwald. Brandwald would be her maiden name, and that's how it should be. So that's all good. And then Rudolph is their son. So that looks great. So we can, first thing you do is look at them, and if you can, you know that there are matches, then you hit compare. And then you hit add to bring the 1940 records, or 1940 source over the 1940 census and the 1935 census, and then attach. So it's compare, add, attach. So we're comparing, adding, and attaching. Compare, add, attach. We're not going to do Jane, the youngest sister, because she was born in 1935. We have two rules on the map app. One is that we only have the maiden names for wives, and the other is we do not add anyone born after the year 1911 unless we can prove that they are deceased. So we leave Jane where she is. Her family will be able to find her because the record is linked to her in Family Search. It just doesn't add her to Family Search as a person because she could very easily still be alive. So we're done with this record. We go back and click on the map app. And right down here, we go to refresh and click on that, and our dot disappears. So let's try something else with the next one. All right, here we go. This next one, we are going to do a little differently. First, we're going to erase the married name of the wife. And then we're going to use Goldie May. Goldie May is also in our instructions. It is a Chrome extension. And so you would go do a Google for Goldie May Chrome extension and add it up here in the corner. It'll come out as a G, and you click on it, and it will ask you to open it and sign up in Family Search, which I've already done. Then you go into the top left and click volunteering, which is the free part of using Goldie May. Now, if you think that all of this is correct match, then you click on the gold, and my hands are off, and the computer is doing it all itself, which is the beauty of Goldie May. We'll do one more, and we'll refresh. And another family. Okay, this has already her maiden name, and we'll just click Goldie May is already caught up to us, and we attach records, and it's done. Sometimes Goldie May will find a record that needs to that has a duplicate and needs to be combined before you do it, before you do any additions. And if so, it'll put it over there, which we haven't found one right now, so just checking. And so you can see, you can go pretty quickly. When you hit refresh, your dot disappears and you move on. So you could have races with other people on erasing dots, and they would see, oh, this one is done. They would see the dots disappearing just as you do. And try to get one more complicated one. That one looks good too. All right. So let's go back. We'll get rid of Goldie May. We hope that you have enjoyed seeing what we're doing today, and that you would like to help us in our quest to get 34,000 names put on Family Search from Pierce County. We've already done about 6,000 of those names as of December 2021. Please join us, and let's get the rest done so that every family that has history in Pierce County will be able to go into Family Search and find their family.